Everyone deserves the same education from the same sort of places.
Hall attracts kids or agencies, kids who've had a go in mainstream schools and haven't had a good experience. Their experiences can be a result of behaviour, could be a result of mental health, could be a result of parenting, lack of support.
I didn't fit into mainstream school. Like, I just absolutely hated school, just conforming to the rules and things like that. I wouldn't have been able to do Year 12 if I didn't come here. So.
Just because someone's in a way different in their own ways doesn't mean they should not get it. Not just that, we don't know what it's like. We don't know what it's like for them outside of school. We don't know what problems they might have to deal with or what kind of pressure they have.
Our students are great kids. They're not kids that don't want to learn.
I love the wet season in Darwin, the humid days and then the cool relief of rain.
Sometimes their kids that just haven't had that opportunity, and a lot of the time it's poor parenting. A lot of the time it's just not being given a break with their ability to read and write.
At my old school, I got kicked out because they weren't teaching me how to read. I got sent here by my worker.
I live in Ivanhoe, okay?
They've been teaching me how to read.
The method of teaching is different.
Give you more freedom than normal schools.
They do more one-on-one instead of one teacher to 25 kids or whatever.
It was different than other schools and you get along with more people because it was smaller.
There's not, 23 kids and one teacher, and kids that struggle the most don't get the help.
Pretty good. I've jumped a lot in my reading.
The teachers actually give you time to pace up with what's going on in the classrooms and shit like that.
Sour jawbreakers. I love my mum and dad. I am Jamie.
Everyone's scattered in other schools, you're just lost.
So Lynnall Hall is a place that they can come with a clean slate and be treated with respect.
They probably give you more trust than normal schools. The teachers are way better. They've got a sense of humour, you can laugh with them and joke with them.
Best school I've ever been to.
A lot of the kids have talents that aren't academic, that aren't about books and paper and pens.
Why I like Lynall is because they give you the opportunity to do what you want to do.
At a normal school, we have teacher and students. Student learns off teacher, teacher goes and does their other thing outside of class. Here, it's teacher and student, but teacher and student are friends and get along and socialise.
It's an environment that caters to a huge range of kids.
Just the teachers are more like friends rather than teachers.
For our kids, belonging and feeling like they're connected to something is one of the most important things. It's about identifying with a group of people and not being alone.
A number of our kids, as an example, sit on the steps of Flinders Street Station, but they do want to get an education and they feel comfortable in coming to Lynnall Hall, whether they're an emo, whether they're a goth, or whether they're just a normal person. They all fit in well here, and the harmony is the key aspect of Lynnall Hall.
Experiences have been that they're the losers, they're the failures, and that's what they're always destined to be.
Some of the students really don't give a crap and will make it harder for the ones that do want to be here to learn and get things done, sort of thing. It really is, it's a big problem.
You either get down or you lay down, and when you lay down, you stay down, motherfuckers.
I wouldn't say that they shouldn't come here because everyone deserves the same education.
This school actually made me think a bit more about what I wanted to be and get into.
A lot of our kids haven't had people tell them that they're good at something and that if they continue to work at something that they'll get better and they can succeed.
Just got my report today and I didn't get any lower than 1s and 2s, and 1 stands for excellent and 2 stands for good.
Success is something that for a lot of our kids isn't realistic. They don't understand that they can have success.
And it says I'm an outstanding member of the class.
Okay, Mohammed, congratulations.
Thank you.
You've passed, you've got your VCE.
we get calls from right across Melbourne to enrol students. Most of the time it's because they're asking them to leave, or the kid just doesn't fit into the mould of what a secondary school student should look like these days, in clean cut uniform, not having a tattoo or not having a stud in their nose or ear. We don't care what they are, who they are, it's what's inside that matters.
They're all really well behaved, but you can see that they've got that hard edge to them, or they've been, you know, maybe mistreated, or they're rough, but they're so gentle underneath, and it's being together as a group and functioning and having positives around them that keeps them together and probably off the streets. So it's been really good for the area, I think, having nice places amongst the jungle.
Some people have really disliked their large mainstream school.
I love the smell of lemon-scented gums in the middle of summer.
Some people have left there, some people have been kicked out, some people have come from fairly alternative environments.
Most kids come here because they got kicked out and stuff, but some come here on option as well, on choice. So
when kids come in, we spend some time getting to know them and their strengths and their weaknesses, and part of that is if they've got a passion, then we try and provide resources for them to follow their passion.
The schools will see what they're good at and kind of focus it into furthering it, making it something really big or really good.
Leo Berry, who's an old boxing man, he's set up a gym. We've got ex-students who go over there and work with the kids.
There's lots of like activities and stuff to do, like this.
Gives them an outlet in terms of their aggression if they've got stuff that's built up. It's also teaching them discipline and control, and it's in a really physical manner. It's not talking about rules and regulations on paper. It's not about power, it's not about who's in charge. It's about respect and then developing relationships where you can have positive interactions.
It's like a team environment where everyone works together to create what they want.
You get more choice.
It's not just one-sided.
You know, if you give students the chance to be themselves, to be who they are and to do what they want within certain limits, I think it eases the students a lot, especially being in an environment with such friendly teachers and friendly students as well. I think that's what keeps students on the right track in school.
What sort of a name is that? You know, what's the school? Is it like bottom of the ladder? Like, nah, it's second from the bottom.
People assume that because they're at a community school, that they're misbehaved, or they're criminals, or they're naughty, or they're poor.
A community school, no one really understands what that is, and they just presume that, like, if you don't have to wear uniforms and that sort of stuff, that it's not really a school. So
like they walk past the school and take a look at it and like, oh, it's pretty crap.
Yeah, scum school, you know.
It used to get to me a fair bit when people had those kinds of opinions, but yeah, I guess you just get over it. You just, concentrate on your education and proving everyone wrong.
When I used to go to Northcote, like everyone was like, oh, you go to like a normal school, you know, you're going to do well in life. Like they had that kind of attitude.
You just walk down the street and they're just judged instantly.
But when I went to Lynall, so auntie, my grandma, it's just like, why'd you choose that school for? Like, it's like a retard school or something like that.
Lynall wasn't there, some kids would just be out in the streets, getting into crime, doing drugs.
On the streets like a lot of the community.
On the corner in Collingwood selling drugs.
If I didn't come to Lynall Hall, I'd probably be on the streets of Melbourne working, you know, in St Kilda or something like that, or just using a lot of drugs.
It's like a tradition. If you don't make it to year 10, you're on the corner selling.
For the kids who don't find us, who don't have the resources to locate us, you know, they're very often going to be kids who end up in institutions like juvenile justice.
What's going on? This is Westside Lynall Hall, motherfuckers!
No one would get ahead, basically. Like, not all the kids here are going to succeed, but yeah, like, it gives them a fair good chance to achieve what they can. So.